Hi everybody, it's Crystal. So today I have a stitch tutorial for you. This is the half double crochet cross combo stitch. It's very easy to do. It's only a 2-row repeat, and if you know how to do the half double crochet and the double crochet, you'll be able to do this. So why don't we go ahead and take a quick look at it. So as you can see, it is a little on the see-through, not bad though, scale kind of. This is the cross half double crochet row, and then yeah, it's not bad. It's actually a really pretty stitch. Be great for a top or a blanket, anything, actually, scarf that you wanted to use it for. It'd be beautiful. The sides, they were not altered in any way, so they come out pretty clean on their own. And here is the bag. It's not the same, but it is clean on the back. You can see kind of this looks like rows of double crochet there dipped in on the back. Looks pretty cool on the back too, if you ask me. But let's flip it back over, and there it is. So do you guys want to go ahead and get started on it? Here it is up close. Here's the cross half doubles. Got a little ridge on top here made from the double crochet row next. So, alright, well, let's get started. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, this yarn here is a scrap yarn, so I don't know what it is. But I'm going to show you with a different yarn, some more scrap yarn. But it all is just regular 4-weight acrylic yarn. And you can use, depending on what project you're making with this stitch, you use any yarn and the corresponding hook size that you'd like. I'm using an eye though for this particular 4-weight acrylic. Okay, so this stitch is done in any even number of stitches. So you can just chain in any even number for however long you want your project to be. Alright, so once you get your chain done, what we're going to do is we are going to do a double crochet in the 4th chain from our hook. So we don't count the one that's on our hook. 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th one, let's put a double crochet into that. And then we're going to work across, and we're going to put 1 double crochet into every stitch of the chain. So row 1 is 1 double crochet in every stitch until we get to the end of our row. Alright, so I made it to the end of row 1. And you should have 2 less stitches than what your chain was. And this little guy right here on the end, he counts as a stitch. So if you count him and then every stitch across, you'll have 2 less than you did what your starting chain was. Alright, now let's go ahead and start row 2. So rows 2 and 3 are the repeat rows. Very easy to do. Alright, so we're going to start by chaining 1 and turning our work. Now that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. It doesn't count as anything, alright? We're going to go right back into this very first stitch, and we're going to work a half double crochet. So we yarn over, go into that very first one, draw up a loop, and then go through all 3 loops. So that's our half double. Now we're going to start the repeat of row 2. We're going to be working cross half doubles. Alright, and they're very easy to do. They're worked over 2 stitches. So what we're going to do is yarn over, we're going to skip the next stitch and go into the next one and half double crochet. Like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the one that we skipped and half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over and just go right back in to the one that we skipped, draw up a loop, and then do your half double crochet. There we go. That's our cross half double. And we're going to do that all the way across. Again, we're going to yarn over, skip 1, go into the next, and half double crochet like that. And we're going to yarn over and go back into the one that we skipped, draw up a loop, and half double crochet. Just like that. Again, we're going to yarn over, we're going to skip the next one and then go into the next and half double crochet. And then we're going to go back into the one that we skipped, cross over that one, and half double crochet. And we're going to do this all the way across until we get to the last stitch of our row. We're going to skip one, half double into the next, and then we're going to back it up and go back into the one that we skipped and a half double crochet. Oh, just like that. One more time, we're going to skip one, go into the next, half double, and then we're going to back it up and go into the one that we skipped and half double into that. And we're going to keep repeating this, and I'll meet back up with you when we make it to the last stitch of our row. Alright, when you make it to the end of row 2, you should have one stitch left. We're just going to go ahead and half double crochet into the top of that last stitch, and that will end row 2. Alright, let's go ahead and start row 3, which is the final repeat row. We are going to chain 1 and turn our work. This is actually the front side of our work. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to do double crochets across, but we're going to work in the this one loop, very back loop right back here. So when you see when you do a half double crochet, they generally will have 3 loops. One here, and then one way back here. We're going to go into the one way back here, alright? And we're going to do a double crochet into it. So we're going to yarn over, go just through that very back loop, just one loop, and double crochet. And this is what we're going to do all the way across. So we're going to yarn over into the next stitch, this very back loop, just going through one loop, and double crochet. Again, yarn over and we go into the next stitch, the very back loop of it right here, and double crochet all the way across, double crocheting in that back loop only until we get to the end of our row. And as you can see here, pull some yarn out, what it's doing is, since this is the front of our work, it's leaving these loops of the cross half doubles exposed to give it some extra texture. So yarn over again, and we go into that one loop, that very back one, and double crochet. And we will continue this until we make it to the end of row 3. Alright, I'll see you at the end. Nice. Alright, I'm coming to the end of row 3, and here is my last stitch. Make sure you double crochet into the back loop of it, and that's it. Now you just repeat rows 2 and 3. Remember, this is the front side of our work, where the cross stitches are very visible, I guess, on both sides, but they stick out more on this side, and then we have this ridge row here. So for row 4, we would just repeat row 2 by chaining 1 and turning our work, and then we would put a half double crochet right back into the very first stitch, going through both loops on this row. We always go through both loops, and then we're going to do our cross half doubles. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to skip this stitch, go to the next, and half double, and then we're going to back it up and half double crochet into the one that we skipped, just like that. Again, skip the stitch and half double into the next, back it up and half double into the one that we skipped. So we're just repeating row 2. Just like that until you get to the last stitch of your row. Alright, last stitch of the row, we're just going to put a half double crochet into the top of it, and that would end row 4, which is just a repeat of row 2. And then again, we would just for row 5, we would repeat row 3 by chaining 1 and turning our work. Remember, this is the front side. And we will be working in the 1 loop, the very, very back one, and putting a double crochet into that very first one. And then a double crochet in the very, very back loop of every stitch all the way across until we make it to the end of the row. And we would just keep repeating rows 2 and 3 until we get to our desired size that we'd like. Just like that. And then after a few repeats, your piece starts to look like this. Beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my hundreds and hundreds of crochet tutorials. I have anything that you could ever want to make, and multiples of them. And they're all free for you to enjoy. All I ask is that you hit that subscribe button. It's free to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on my next video. All right, take care. Bye, guys.